Most roles in national security defence, government and public sector require different levels of security clearances. And many different levels. It starts at BPSS and works upwards from there. As you go up to the higher levels of clearance, there's different timelines involved. BPSS starts about 2 weeks and it can go up to around about 9 months for top clearances. And the main thing is companies themselves have to sponsor you through a security clearance. It's not something that you can go online and put yourself through. And the team are going to go through each individual clearance and what that looks like in more detail.
In the UK, there are multiple levels of security clearance, the first one being BPSS. It stands for Baseline Personnel Security Standard. It's a clearance in its own right, but also the first step to obtaining SC and DV. It's essentially a reference check on the last 3 years of your life. So it's looking at residency, right to work, and a pre-employment reference check of the last 3 years. It usually takes 1 to 2 weeks to complete.
CTC, or a counter-terrorism check, is designed for roles where there are information-sensitive people, information, assets or places. The CTC will check everything that the BPSS check does, but then on top of that it also includes a company records check, a criminal records check, a security questionnaire and also a security services review. So it requires people to have been consecutively living in the UK for the last 3 years. It takes anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks and it will last for 3 years before it needs renewing.
SC, or security checked, is probably the most common level of clearance across central government and public sector. It takes anywhere from kind of 6 to 12 weeks to go through, case dependent, and depending on whether it's issued in a contract role or a permanent role, it normally 5, 7 or 10 years, and depending on kind of how long they feel you're going to need it in your post. It looks at everything in the last 5 years, kind of financials, criminal record history, travel out of the country and nationality status, and there can also be kind of caveats in relation to what kind of work you're doing, whether it be nuclear, defence, or just kind of wider public sector.
So DV, or developer vetting, is our highest level of clearance. It is for those with frequent access to top secret information. It is a deeper process than that of an SC. It's because of tighter restrictions around residency, time in the UK, and lifestyle. So you will be asked to attend an interview to go through this information. This is the reason for its obtaining length being a little bit longer, where it takes around 9 to 12 months to grant this clearance. Once granted, it lasts for anywhere between 5 and 10 years.
To summarise, there are plenty of levels of security clearance which candidates can go through. The common theme across all of these is that clients are looking for people who are open and honest and transparent about everything, not looking for people who are absolutely perfect. We know people don't always have a clean slate with everything, but they just need people to be open and honest about their history, just so everything's on the same page. We also work with some other more niche levels of security clearance, such as NATO, NPPV3, sort of working into the police sector, for example. If you've got any questions about any level of clearance, more than happy to discuss those at any point, so just reach out to us to ask.